kind of life in the game of life is still life, which is just nothing. For example, this block does nothing. This tub does nothing. This beehive does nothing. And this loaf does nothing. The next level up from that is oscillators. These repeat after some number of generations, known as the period. For example, this blinker hang on, let me just make a little temporary change in the code. This blinker, for example, has a period of 2 because it repeats after 2 generations. One level up from that is spaceships. These are things that move. So you see this glider, for example, moves 1 step to the right and 1 step down every 4 generations. There are other kinds of spaceships out there. The smallest one, though, is the glider. And the next 3 belong to a family. The lightweight spaceship. The middleweight spaceship. And the heavyweight spaceship. And yes, there is a metaphorical speed of light, so the speed limit. And these, for example, these move at half the speed of light, orthogonally, and the glider moves at 1/4 of the speed of light diagonally.
These are the same ones, right? That we're seeing appear again, because they vanish at the right side.
Yeah, I made it wrap around. This is just something specific to my code. The rules are kind of ambiguous at the edges, so I made it wrap around. So basically, like if you're playing this game of life on a Taurus.
Is the code always the same for the game of life, or does everybody write it in their own way? Because I know the rules are always the same.
The rules are always the same. I think that's a stupid question. In JavaScript, there are like 500 ways to do the same thing. There's just,
But I'm not a programmer, that's why I'm asking.
They're just
So you just wrote this code yourself? Or did you get it somewhere?
I just wrote it myself, yeah. The next class of objects is the objects that grow indefinitely. These are actually a bit more complicated to construct. Like, okay, here's the smallest one. It's a bit more complicated. John Conway has awarded $50 to the first person who could find a pattern that grew indefinitely. And, okay, this is it. Behold the Gosper glider gun. It's made out of 2 so-called queen bee shuttles. I don't really know exactly how they work, but they have this property that they move back and forth. and if two of them can interact in such a way that they produce a glider. And yes, this circuit here produces a glider every 30 generations. Did I call it a circuit? Just meant pattern.
And now it's no longer considered to be anything extraordinary, right? To build such a pattern.
They routinely get discovered. Like, okay, later in the video, you see another one. There's one more pattern which is kind of cool. It's called a glider eater, and what it does is it eats gliders. So wait a sec. Let me just find a good place for the glider. So if I simulate this, the glider is going to travel. Hopefully this is gonna work. To the glider eater.
Oh, it vanished.
Yeah, the eater ate the glider.
I thought it would disintegrate, but it actually vanished. Like, I saw you making those other that looked, the ones that looked like birds, the different spaceships. When they hit the glider, they would just disintegrate, like break in two or something. But this one is just gone.
There's, yeah. A spaceship is actually capable of eating a lot of things in this exact way, by the way. So you can, like, for example, this lightweight spaceship. For example, if a glider meets a lightweight spaceship, the lightweight spaceship will also eat the glider. Ah! There we go. So, do you see that? The spaceship ate the glider. While it was moving. One more thing I want to show, it's a glider gun that moves. So I don't actually know that if this has a name, and I don't even know if this is a great way to do this, but this is part of the first known breeder, which is not a gun that produces gliders, like the Gosper glider gun, but a gun that produces guns that produce gliders. Okay, anyway, let's, yeah, it works. So you can see the gliders get produced, and this lightweight spaceship eats up the gliders that come from the top. Just remove all these. You know what the whole part is that produces gliders? This. Just this green section here. The part that produces gliders. The rest is either waste or spaceships that clean up the waste.
The orange ones are the ones that clean up the waste.
Yeah. It's like if you have a rocket ship where only the top part of the ship actually does all of the work, and then the rest is just wasted. It is a byproduct.
So why is it that why'd you like Game of Life so much?
I don't know why. It's sort of looks nice. It's like, it full of simple rules, and it looks so nice. Yet you can actually build a computer with it. Yep, I'm not kidding. Some people have built a computer in the game of life.
Like a simulated computer, right?
Yeah. We've recorded a bit awkwardly, so sorry if this video gets to be a mess, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye there.